no-trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
This is a presentation of high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. High school basketball broadcasts are presented by Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Members-Owned Credit Union, Sunbelt Rentals, Jimmy John's, Nebraska DOT Highway Safety Office, Lincoln Family Chiropractic, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Teammates Mentoring, and Play It Again Sports. Now, calling all the action, here's Nick Sainer and Jay Foreman.
Welcome in. Happy Friday nights from Lincoln East High School as we get ready for high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Got a good one tonight between the 9-8 overall Lincoln High Lynx and their head coach Richie Ross and the 5-13 overall Lincoln East Spartans. Once again, we are coming to you live from Lincoln East High School. Nick Sainer with you. Austin Norman back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. The time of the regular season is winding down. 5 games, including this one here, that's going to commence in just a few moments, left in the regular season for both of these teams as districts await starting on February 28th for Class A action. The districts go from February 28th to March 4th, while the state tournament down at Pinnacle Bank Arena for Class A is March 12th through the 15th. As a sidebar, we'll have all that coverage for you in the coming future. But for now, it's the Lincoln High Lynx and the Lincoln East Spartans once again here on 93.7 The Ticket. The Lynx, let's start off with them, led by head coach Richie Ross. They're coming in off of a victory on Tuesday against Omaha Northwest, and they're going to have a pretty big test after today on Tuesday against the 15-3 overall Papio South Titans. But first, tonight, a little bit more about the Lincoln High Lynx. 9-8 on the season. They're led by Brady Nick on offense. 18 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per contest. Not as balanced of a scoring onslaught, I'm sure, as Richie Ross would hope for, but they got 2 guys, like I mentioned. Brady Nick, 18 points per game, and Jairick Gilmore at almost 10 points per game. So 2 guys in double figures. Gilmore leads the team in rebounds with 6.5, while Nick is on his heels with 5.5 rebounds per contest. For the Lincoln East Spartans, a little bit of a disappointing year, a team that's been familiar with the postseason. They made the state tournament back in 2023. The last 3 times, though, that they've made the state tournament down at Pinnacle Bank Arena, it's been first-round exits. So Jeff Campbell still trying to get past that first game in the state tournament, but they're going to need some magic here in the later part of the year. 5-13 overall. They've had 5 losses in a row, 7 losses in their last 8 games. Their last win came against the Blue Valley High School from Stillwell, Kansas, back on January 18th. They lost last time out earlier this week on Tuesday to Omaha Westview. And you might kind of scoff at that because Omaha Westview, not necessarily a powerhouse in basketball, but this year they are. They have an 18-1 record, so certainly not a bad loss by any means for Lincoln East, but still, it was their 5th loss in a row. There, as I mentioned, Lincoln High not as balanced on offense from top to bottom. Lincoln East is. They don't have a guy like they've had in the past, i.e. Carter Mick, who has been able to kind of lead the entire charge. This season, it's been a combination of guys like Luke Larson and Hudson Grau. Larson, 11.5 points per game, almost 6 rebounds per contest, while Grau averages 9.1 points, and he leads the team in assists with just over 2 assists per game. We want to remind you and thank our sponsors, Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Members Owned Credit Union, Sunbelt Rentals, Jimmy John's, the Nebraska DOT Highway Safety Office, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Teammates Mentoring, Play It Again Sports, and last but certainly not least, Lincoln Family Chiropractic. We are just a few minutes from starting lineups and tip-off from Lincoln East High School. Nick Sainer with you on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with the loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Lincoln East High School, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainer with you, Jackson Kleinschmidt, back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln. Let's get you rolling with the starting lineups. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the 9-8 overall Lincoln High Lynx, led by head coach Richie Ross, coming in off of a victory against Omaha Northwest on Tuesday night, and they are led by a couple of big names, and we'll talk about those in just a moment. Here we go, starting lineups. Number 5, Brady Nick, a junior forward, averaging a little over 18.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per contest. Number 10, Carson Salzman is also out there for Lincoln High. Number 11, Ikena Osuji, O-S-U-J-I, Ikena Osuji, wearing number 11 for the Lynx. Number 14, Kingston Cruz, And the big man down low, leading the team in rebounds per game, number 32, Jyreek Gilmore, who's also averaging 9.9. Right on the tip of 10 points of cracking double figures is Jyreek Gilmore. For the Lincoln East Spartans, 5-13 overall. Struggling as of late. They've lost 5 games in a row, 7 of their last 8 matchups. Their last win came all the way back almost a full month ago on the calendar on January 17th against Blue Valley. And you go, man, Blue Valley, you don't recognize that name from the state of Nebraska. Well, that's because they are not from the state of Nebraska. They're from Stillwell, Kansas. And that was the last victory for head coach Jeff Campbell's squad. And that came, like I said, on January 17th. They come in today fresh off of a loss against Omaha Westview. Westview 18-1 on the year, while like I mentioned, the Spartans now 5-13. Starting 5 for Coach Jeff Campbell and the Lincoln East Spartans. Number 5, Nolan O'Neill. Number 13, the leading scorer for the Spartans, Luke Larson, 11.5 points per game, 6 rebounds per contest for number 13, Luke Larson. Number 20, the second leading scorer on this roster, 9 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and a team high in assists per matchup, 2.1. That's number 20, Hudson Grau. Number 22, Jack Lowell. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Lincoln East Spartans, it's number 23, Reed Voog. Lincoln East will be in their home white uniforms with blue lettering and numbering, while the Lincoln High Lynx in their red unis with the Lincoln High logo on each side of their shorts. Black letters and numbers with Lincoln High across the chest and the numbers on both the front and the back. All right, we're ready to get going. 8 minutes on the game clock. A good Lincoln East student section. The visitor student section, not so much from downtown Lincoln at Lincoln High, as Lincoln High, the Lynx, they win the tip. As Osuji gets the pass down low, and an easy 2 for Jyreek Gilmore, as he is 1 for 1. He's got 2 early points on the day. Not many people able to guard Jyreek Gilmore because of his sheer size, as the Spartans have the ball for the first time, working right to left from my vantage point on the north side of the gymnasium here at Lincoln East High School. Quick 3-pointer on the way from Voog is a little short, barely nicked to the rim, and the rebound carries out to Gilmore as Lincoln High pushes the pace. Brady Nick working left side. May have gotten away with a walk. Now here's Gilmore pushing it inside. His shot's blocked by Voog. Out of bounds it goes. It'll stay with the Lynx with 7:22 to go in the first quarter. So baseline inbound underneath the Lincoln High basket for the Lynx as Brady Nick, the inbounder. He gets it in to Gilmore on the right block. They try to bring the double team. He misses the first shot, gets his offensive rebound over the top of the smaller number 22, Jack Lowell for Lincoln East, who comes up with his hand over his mouth. May have gotten bumped with an elbow, but Gilmore able to connect as he's got 4 early points. On the other end, it's a drive for Lincoln East and a foul down low. It'll be a Lincoln High foul on number 11, Ikenna Osuji. That is his first personal foul, the first team foul of the ball game for either side. So baseline inbound, they get it into Voog. He'll try another one from 3, unable to get it to go. And Reed Voog is now 0 for 2 from the field. And both of those from 3-point line. 3-point attempt on the other end by Lincoln High. It rattles around and falls out. An offensive board to Osuji. He finds a cutting Gilmore in the lane with the bucket and the foul. Jyreek Gilmore 3 for 3 to start. 3 for 4 to start. And he will be at the line to shoot one more. He misses that free throw. So now Lincoln East back the other way, trailing 6-0 with a little over a minute into this ball game. Pass left side, 3-point attempt is no good. Just short on the attempt by Nolan O'Neill. Up the floor, here comes Gilmore, pushing the pace, steps into the lane. And guess what? Jyreek Gilmore forces Jeff Campbell to call a timeout, as it's Jyreek Gilmore, 8 points. The Lincoln East Spartans, 0 points in the early goings of this one. 6:29 to go. The Lynx lead the Spartans by 8 out of the Jeff Campbell timeout. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play it against sports at 48th and Vine.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Lincoln East out of the Jeff Campbell timeout for the Spartans. Needs to figure out something to do against Jyreek Gilmore of the Lynx. He's got all 8 of Lincoln High's points as they lead 8-0 a minute and a half into the ball game. Lincoln East with it on the left side. A pass down low. Now left wing. Larson 3-ball off to the right. No good. All 4 of Lincoln East shots have come from beyond the perimeter, and none of them have hit. It's 8-0. 6:01 to go. Lincoln High with the basketball on the right side. Here is Carson Salzman. Now Brady Nick driving left side of the lane. Spins around, gets his pass deflected, and it's fought for, won over by Lincoln East. As they pick up their dribble, now Voog will bring it across the timeline, working right to left. Voog works on it, passes outside, now gets it taken away for a moment, and we have a jump ball whistle, and the possession arrow keeps it with Lincoln East. 8-0 your score, 5:41 to go in the first quarter. Lincoln East with the basketball, trailing by 8 here at home. The inbounder will be Jack Lowell. He gets it into Larson, who passes to Reed Voog on the right wing. Bounce pass inside on the block. Here's Lowell. He misses the bunny on the doorstep, and here come the Lynx. Working it quickly up the other end. Here left side down low, Gilmore. Gilmore trying to get it ripped out of his hands by Larson. A jump ball, and it's going to stay with the Lynx. That might have been something that Campbell said in the timeout for Lincoln East, is that notice Gilmore holds the basketball down low by his waist. Opportunity for the Spartans to rip it out of his hands, or at least force a jump ball as they pass it in. Brady Nick with it on the right wing. Nick working, hesitates, passes left side. 3-ball on the way by Kingston Cruz off front iron, unable to get it to fall. Rebound tipped around 3 times, and finally corralled by Nolan O'Neill of Lincoln East. So the Spartans able to get consecutive stops. Now can they find their first points in the ball game? Pass up into the corner, near side, now top of the key. Here is Lowell. Lowell fakes right, goes left. Now spin move on Brady Nick. Tries to split the double team. Takes the contact, unable to get the shot to fall. But there's going to be a foul called on Brady Nick. That'll be the first personal foul on Nick, the second team foul on the Lincoln High Lynx. So at the line, it's Jack Lowell. Lowell unable to get the first free throw to fall, and it's still 8-0, nearly 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 59 seconds into this ball game. Still 8-0. Lowell fires, and he's able to connect, and the goose egg is off the board for Lincoln East with the 5-minute mark passing. 4:57 to play in the first quarter. 8-1 your score. Lincoln High with a 7-point lead. Up top of the key near the logo, it's Salzman for Lincoln High. Passes into the far corner, Kingston Cruz. Cruz to Osuji. Osuji driving in the center of the lane. Draws the contact on number 20. That is Hudson Grau. That is his first personal, the second team foul on Lincoln East. Going to the line to shoot 2 shots, it'll be Ikenna Osuji. First one for Osuji is good. And that extends the Lynx lead to 8, 9-1. Osuji at the line, 55% on the year, came in making 26 of his 47 attempts. Now make it 27 of his 48 attempts. And the second one is up, and it also falls for Ikenna Osuji. However, the free throw will not fall, as they're going to call a line violation specifically on Ikenna Osuji. And so Osuji is now, he goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. On the other end, a foul called on a take by Hudson Grau. Carson Salzman threw his hands in the air, disagreeing with the call, but it's going to be on Carson Salzman. That'll be his first. At the line to shoot 2, it's Hudson Grau. Grau able to connect on the first one. In for Ikenna Osuji for Lincoln High, it's going to be number 3, Devereaux Sanders. The second free throw for Grau is also hits, so he goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's now 9-3 Lincoln High. Lincoln High with a 6-point advantage in the basketball. It's Salzman on the right wing, guarded by Reed Voog. He's forcing him to go right, now spins left, draws contact, no whistle, pass out, deflected, corralled by Brady Nick. Now on the left side, it's Kingston Cruz on the wing, hands it off to Devereaux Sanders, who reset to the top. To Salzman, right side, 3-ball on the way, off back iron. Rebound tipped around a couple of times and corralled by Lincoln High. A 2-on-1 on the other end. Gilmore able to connect for his 9th and 10th points of the ball game. And Gilmore already in double figures as he has 10 of the 11 Lincoln High points. Lincoln East up by or down by 8, but now make it 6 on a nice take on the left side by Luke Larson as he gets his first points. The leading scorer for the Spartans gets on the board. It's 11-5 on the other end. It's Carson Salzman, pass left side, Kingston Cruz for 3, off to the left, as the rebound bounces out to the perimeter and corralled by Lincoln East. Going the other way we go. As right side, it's Hudson Grau. Grau stops at the perimeter, gives to Voog. Voog passes left side, Nolan O'Neill working on Brady Nick, finds a cutting Larson. He hesitates, floater, deflected, saved from going out of bounds as it's thrown off of the leg of Lincoln East's number 0, Evan Peterson. And it will go to the Lincoln High Lynx. Back the other way towards my right side. Gilmore will sub out for Lincoln High. Number 10 for the Lynx. That is, or rather, excuse me, number 15. Boy Jock checks in for the Lynx. The Lincoln High Lynx on offense. Layup in the lane, off the glass and in for Devereaux Sanders. He comes in off the bench and scores 2 points quickly. It's 13-5 Lincoln High with 3:01 to play in the opening quarter here at Lincoln East High School. Nick Sander with you. Jackson Kleinschmidt back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Here on the top of the key near the logo, it's Larson. He passes it right side, trying to get the entry pass into Peterson. It's saved from going out of bounds by Lincoln East, and a nice little save and layup by Nolan O'Neill as he draws the Spartans back to within 6 points. It's 13-7 with 2:38 to play in the first quarter. Lincoln High slips and falls. That is Kingston Cruz who turns it over for the Lynx. The Spartans pushing the pace. The pass right side, Grau. Grau working on Devereaux Sanders. Entry pass on the block to Peterson. Peterson drawing contact. Shot blocked. Offensive rebound. Another chance for Lincoln East. Three-pointer O'Neill. Can't get it to fall. The rebound tipped out. And Salzman pushing the pace for the Lynx on offense. 3-on-1 break to Nick. Layup good from the left side. Finishing with the right hand is Brady Nick, the Lincoln High leading scorer. Makes it 15-7 Lincoln High with 2:05 to play in the first period. Hudson Grau near the logo, crosses over, gives it to Voog. Voog forced to go left as he dribbles with his left hand. Passes it now left on wing to Nolan O'Neill. Nolan O'Neill drives into the double team, kicks it out. Voog contested 3. He's now 0 for 3 from 3. As the defensive rebound is hauled in by Salzman. Outlet pass up the floor. They go to Kingston Cruz. Cruz dribbles once, now kicks it out. Salzman tries his luck at a three-point shot. It bounces off the rim, off the backboard, and into the hands of Evan Peterson for the Lincoln East Spartans. Nobody able to get a three-point shot to fall here in the first quarter. Both teams are 0 for. So far, 7.5 minutes into this ball game. 1:23 to play, first quarter. Larson passes right side to Voog, cutting Peterson. He draws right into the hands of the defender, Carson Salzman, who ties him up. And the jump ball possession arrow keeps it with the Spartans. 1:18 to play, first quarter, 15-7 your score. Lincoln High out in front on the road over the Lincoln East Spartans. Been a quick moving first quarter, just 5 fouls total, 3 on the Lynx, 2 on the Spartans here in the first 8 minutes of game time. Baseline inbound for Lincoln East after the jump ball. They're trying to find an open guy. Now they find O'Neill. He'll pop a tray from the far corner. Can't get it to go, and we have an offensive foul on the rebound attempt. That's going to be called on Jack Lowell. That is his first personal. That's the third team foul on the Spartans. 1 minute, 14 seconds remain here in the opening quarter. Lincoln High leads 15-7 as Kingston Cruz brings it across the timeline, jogging it, dribbling it with his right hand. Now hands it to Salzman, to Devereaux Sanders. Sanders gets doubled in the corner, now dribbles out of it. Top of the key near the logo. Here's Salzman. Salzman takes one dribble, draws the defender. Now Sanders on the right wing. Entry pass in the fingernail near the free throw line. Now bounce pass out to the far corner, driving baseline. Nice no-look pass. It's ripped out of his hands, out to the hands of Sanders near the top of the key. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Contested jumper, no good. Sanders' right arm was being held down. No whistle. As on the fast break opportunity, it's poked away from behind. A whistle is drawn, and a foul is drawn on number 14, Kingston Cruz. That is his first, the fourth team foul of the day on the Lincoln High Lynx. A takeaway on the inbounds pass. Here comes Brady Nick. Misses the one-hand flush. It bounces out of bounds as Brady Nick in transition had Nolan O'Neill tracking him down on his heels, and he was able to contest the dunk attempt just enough to where he missed it off the back iron. Inbound pass from the sideline. The shot clock is dark here in the final moments of the first quarter. 15-7 your score. Lincoln High with the lead on defense. Larson gets it to Lowell. Lowell, spin and move into the left side. Grau, three-pointer on the way. And finally, in the final moments, a player able to connect on a three-pointer. That's Hudson Grau. Step back three on the other end. Salzman off back iron, too strong. Offensive board with one on the clock. The heave from the top of the key by Boy Jock is no good. And at the end of one quarter of play, your score, the Lincoln High Lynx 15 and the Lincoln East Spartans 10 here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier dealership, stocking top brands such as Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycles, Sea-Doo, Manitou pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership and ring in the new year the right way on an Indian motorcycle. Save big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft to ring in the new year at their new 27th and I-80 location. Attention Nebraska sports fans, are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Lincoln East High School on a Friday evening. Started the second quarter between Lincoln High and Lincoln East. Lincoln High leads 15-10, and they have the basketball to start here in the second quarter as an errant pass taken away by number 4, Tyler Mick. Now out to Vuk, three ball wide open. He can't get it to fall. The difficulties from the perimeter continue for Reed Vuk. He's 0 for 4 in the lane. A bump and a foul called on number 33 for Lincoln East. That's Bryson Windhorse. The first on him and the first of the second quarter for the Spartans. Baseline inbound, they get it into Gilmore, and he tried to deny using the glass on the layup attempt and missed it. I thought it was almost automatic for Gilmore. He had 10 points to lead all scorers in that first quarter, and now he's 5 for 7 from the field. Lincoln East on offense, trailing by 5, 15-10, 7:21 to go in the second quarter, just underway. Lowell with it passes it into the far corner. Windhorse going up on the much bigger Gilmore, and it gets sent back down to the hardwood as the Lincoln High Lynx, they are unable to save it from going out of bounds. So it stays with the Spartans, but my goodness, if you're Bryson Windhorse, you probably don't want to go down that road again into the big arm and body of Jyreek Gilmore. Lincoln East inbound, looking around, they get it into Larson. Larson dribbles in, hesitates, his shot's blocked, but he'll get a foul and a whistle on the body of number 12, Hugley. Jure Hugley, that is his first personal foul. The first on the Lynx of the second quarter. At the line, it's Luke Larson. His first free throw rattles around and out. No good. Larson's second on the way, and that one falls for the Spartans' leading scorer, Luke Larson, who now has 3 points on the day. Bringing it up the floor, it is Hugley. Now top of the key, it's Devereaux Sanders for Lincoln High. Entry pass, Nick, turnaround jumper, rattles around the cylinder and out. Offensive board, Gilmore, and a defensive foul is whistled on the second effort by Jyreek Gilmore. That foul goes on number 22, Jack Lowell. That is his second, and Evan Peterson will have to check in for Jack Lowell here in just a moment. Jyreek Gilmore at the line to shoot 2 shots. He was 0 for 1 from the charity stripe in the first period. His first attempt is no good, so still struggling at the free throw line is Jyreek Gilmore. Second free throw on the way is falls for Gilmore. So he goes 1 for 2 from the charity stripe as Lincoln East trails now by 5, 16-11. Crossing the timeline, it is number 4, Tyler Mick. Mick loses the handle, and it's taken away by the Lynx. Looking up the floor, here's Nick driving on Windhorse, and he's unable to get the layup to fall, but he is fouled by Windhorse. That is going to be his second. And so because of that, Brady Nick will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots. Brady Nick, averaging 18 points per game, is unable to get the first free throw to fall. Hudson Grau checks in for Tyler Mick for Lincoln East. As I mentioned, Evan Peterson into the game for Jack Lowell. The free throw by Nick. Also, no good. And so he goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Stays a 16-11 Lincoln High lead. Peterson with it, top of the key, looking right, now passes left side. Here is Windhorse. Windhorse passes to Voog, now into the corner. It's Larson. Larson hesitates, steps back, now denies the shot and looks to pass. Cross-court heave to Windhorse, who gets it poked away from behind, but into the hands of Hudson Grau for Lincoln East. He fakes right, goes left. Looked like he was going to go up on Jyreek Gilmore. Decided to pass out of it. It's a three-pointer on the way for Evan Peterson that falls, and Peterson's on the board for 3. 16-14. Good decision there by Lincoln East, as it was going to go right into the big body of Jyreek Gilmore down low. He passed out of it and had a wide-open 3. Now on the other end, Taylor for trifecta, unable to get it to fall. Just a little short on that one as Grau collects the miss for Lincoln East. The Spartans trailing by 2 with the basketball. Has a chance to get their first lead of the night with this Luke Larson 3 that does not fall. The rebound tipped around and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spartans. Carson Salzman checks in, as well as number 15, Boyd Jock for Lincoln High. Nolan O'Neill, checks in for Lincoln East as they get him on a back cut on the right side of the lane. He gets the layup to fall, and it's a tie ball game, 16 all between Lincoln East and Lincoln High with 5:24 to go in the second quarter. Here from Lincoln East High School, Nick Sainert with you on 93.7 The Ticket as it's 16-16. Salzman with it, top of the key, Devereaux Sanders. Sanders pass fake left, now down low into Gilmore. They bring the triple team. It's enough as it forces a miss, but is still able to get the offensive rebound. It's tipped around, out of bounds, and it stays with Lincoln High. Richie Ross, before the baseline inbound, wants to talk things over and calls a timeout. His first timeout of the first half so far. We'll go ahead and keep it right here and tell you a little bit more about our friends at Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Visit nextagrealestate.com to learn how their firsthand experience can help you in valuing, managing, and selling your property. Once again, thanks to our friends at Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. All right, so it's 16-16 here on the scoreboard. Jyreek Gilmore started the day 5 for 6 from the field for the Lincoln High Lynx. He had 10 of their first 11 points, the first 8 points of the game for the Lynx. And Lincoln East, ever since that Jeff Campbell timeout, has been able to at least neutralize him for the most part. Scoreless from the field. He went 1 for 2 from the free throw line. There's not a guy on Lincoln East's side that height-wise can match Jairique Gilmore. So they're going to have to do a lot of double and even potentially triple teaming him. As it's baseline inbound out of the Richie Ross stoppage. Inbound pass to Devereaux Sanders. He dribbles inside the perimeter. Jumper on the way. Rattles around and out. Offensive board. Gilmore put back. It is no good, but a whistle and a foul called on while Jairique Gilmore put up attempt number 7 on the night. It goes on Reed Vuk. That is his second personal foul. The first free throw for Gilmore does not fall. (16-16) your score. 4:58 to play, second quarter. The second free throw off front rim into the lap of Hudson Grau. Grau will push up the pace as Gilmore goes 0 for 2 on that trip at the free throw line. Still tie ball game. Lincoln East looking for their first lead in this one with 4:47 to go until halftime. Larson on the left side of the key passes out. Now Peterson top of the key. Passing it right side. Bounce pass to Grau. Grau in the far corner just inside that three-point line. Now top of the key. It's Larson. Larson fakes left, goes right, floater inside the free throw line. Rims around and out. Offensive board. Peterson as he gets the layup to fall. And Evan Peterson has 5 points so far this evening as he gives the Spartans their first lead in this one. It's 18-16 Lincoln East. Devereaux Sanders now top of the key. Bounces it left side back to Sanders. Now three-point attempt on the way from the left side. Unable to fall for number 12, Jere Hugley. In the lane, Lincoln East falls down on the take. Offensive board, Peterson. He's fouled on the way up there. Number 32, Jackson Bowie, fell on the floor on his way to the rim. And luckily for the Spartans, it fell into the lap of Evan Peterson, who now goes to the free throw line for 2 shots after the foul is called on Devereaux Sanders. Peterson's first free throw is on the way. It falls. Peterson now with 6 points here in this second quarter. (19-16). Lincoln East has extended their lead to 3. And it stays at 3 after the Peterson missed free throw. As the ball goes out of bounds, last touch by the Spartans. 4:03 to go, second quarter. 19-16, Lincoln East with a 3-point advantage. Devereaux Sanders with it on the right side, passes it now left wing, back to Sanders. He has it top of the key, looking around as the Spartans play the zone defense. 2-3 zone. Out to the near corner, it's Brady Nick. He tries to drive baseline, gets cut off, now reverses course, fadeaway jumper, short, and the rebound corralled by Nolan O'Neill of Lincoln East. Lincoln High struggling to find any rhythm on offense, especially against that 2-3 zone of Lincoln East. Entry pass down low, Peterson working on the smaller defender over his left shoulder with his right hand, gets it to curl over that front rim, and it's now 21-16 as Evan Peterson having himself a nice second quarter. Left side, it's Devereaux Sanders outside the perimeter. Into the far corner, 3 ball on the way for Carson Salzman. Can't get it to go. Saved from going out of bounds for a moment, but into the hands of Luke Larson for Lincoln East. The Spartans have numbers. 4-on-3 break. Larson keeps it himself, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line as Lincoln East. As Jay says, the winds of change, the momentum is squarely in the hands of Lincoln East. That foul went on number 15, Boyd Jock. That's his first. Luke Larson is able to extend the Spartans' lead to 6 now with a free throw. Has 1 more pending. And make it a 7-point Spartan lead after Luke Larson goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 23-16, under 3 minutes to go until the halftime break. 2:55 to be exact. Pass left side, tipped away for a moment, saved. But now into the hands of Carson Salzman. Overhead pass up the floor to Brady Nick in the low. Off the glass, it falls for Boy Jock. That's his first deuce of the game. And now 23-18 is the score. Lincoln East with a 5-point advantage. Hudson Grau brings it across the timeline, working right to left. Grau now worth it near the logo. Working on Devereaux Sanders. Now passes left side to Peterson. Peterson hands it off behind the back to Grau. Grau dribbles left side into the corner. Nolan O'Neill for three. Unable to connect. Defensive rebound into the hands of Boyd Jock. As he stumbles over a Spartan defender, he passes it out to Salzman. Salzman driving, kicks. Kingston Cruz three. Can't connect. Defensive rebound. Larson pushing the pace. It's a back and forth game in the lane. Gets bumped from behind by two Lincoln High defenders who were chasing down Luke Larson. Can't get the layup to go, but he will go to the line to shoot two more shots. That foul goes on Devereaux Sanders, his second. And Luke Larson back at the line for the Lincoln East Spartans as he is able to connect on the first free throw. Ikeno Osuji back in for the Lynx as Devereaux Sanders takes a seat. Second free throw, also good for number 13 in white, Luke Larson. Here come the Lynx, trailing by 7. Richie Ross wants to get Jyreek Gilmore into the game at the next dead ball as he takes his body to the scores table. Here's Osuji. Osuji to Salzman. Salzman drives in, looking for help, finds Nick. There's a clump of Lincoln High players inside the lane, and Nick is able to find a crease, finish with the right hand, and draw the foul. That foul goes on Evan Peterson. That's his first. Brady Nick scores his second bucket of the game, and now Nick is at the line to shoot one shot. Gilmore subs in for Boyd Jock. 25-20 with Nick at the line. Can't get the free throw to go. He is now 0 for 3 in the second quarter from the free throw line. 25-20 your score. 141 to play in the second quarter. Hudson Grau with it. Passes it right side, Nolan O'Neill. Fakes right, goes left in the lane. Shot blocked off the backboard by Jyreek Gilmore. Nick in transition, working the other side into the far corner. Osuji working on the defender. Gets it poked away, taken away by Evan Peterson. Having himself a nice second quarter in the lane. Peterson draws the foul from Jyreek Gilmore. And Peterson will go to the line to shoot two shots. While we have a break in the action, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Peterson can't get the first free throw to fall. That is also Jyreek Gilmore's first personal foul on the day. The second free throw for Peterson. That one is able to go. Peterson now 2 for 2 on the day from the, 2 for 4 rather, on the day from the free throw line. Kingston Cruz passes it. Far side, here's Osuji. Osuji with 67 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Salzman bounces it right side to Brady Nick into the corner. A wide open look for Kingston Cruz, and Cruz is finally able to connect from the three-point land, and he trims the 6-point lead in half and makes it a 26-23 deficit. In the lane, Peterson, no look pass down low. O'Neill, it's a goaltending as it went off of the glass, and it was blocked by Jyreek Gilmore. Richie Ross wanted the timeout after the made three-pointer, and he's letting the official know it. But Nolan O'Neill able to connect on that layup off the goaltend. Kingston Cruz, left side here, Salzman, top of the key, Osuji. Trailing by 5 with the Lynx with the basketball. Salzman with it left side as he tried to pass the top of the key, and nobody was home. Osuji started cutting to the right side. A little bit of miscommunication offensively for the Lynx. And with 32.7 seconds remaining on the game clock and the shot clock turned off, Lincoln East has the basketball, leading by 5. By the way, folks, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in more than chiropractic care. They offer physical therapy, massage therapy, and so much more. Visit them online at LincolnFamilyChiro.com. Luke Larson with it, crosses over, dribbles behind the back across the timeline. 25 seconds left in the second quarter. The Spartans up by 5. Larson looking for help, bounces it lazily to Evan Peterson. Back to Larson, it goes on the left side, top of the key near the logo. Here's Hudson Grau with 13 on the game clock. Grau with it as the Spartans hold for the last shot. 28-23 your score. The Spartans content with holding for one. O'Neill, three-pointer from the corner, rattles around. It stayed on the rim for a long time, but it finally goes into the hands of Gilmore, as that is it for the first half of action. Your score after 16 minutes of play, after 2 quarters of game time, the Lincoln East Spartans 28 and the visitors, the Lincoln High Lynx 23. This is 93.7 The Ticket's presentation of high school basketball. We'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier dealership, stocking top brands such as Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycles, Sea-Doo, Manitou pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership and ring in the new year the right way on an Indian motorcycle. Save big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft to ring in the new year at their new 27th and I-80 location.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Attention Nebraska sports fans, are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot.
Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop.
Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Owned Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hello? Hello?
Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is halftime here at Lincoln East High School on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert with you. Jackson Kleinschmidt back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Your score at the break, the Lincoln East Spartans, while it looked bleak in the early stages of this one, they now lead at halftime, 28-23. They outscored the Lynx in the second quarter alone, 18-8. So a nice job there as they trailed at the end of the first quarter, 15-10, to now lead at the break, 28-23. There's middle school basketball players playing at halftime here. So when you hear the game behind me, I promise to you that it is not the high schoolers playing. So it's 28-23 at the break. We have about 8 minutes or so until the start of the third quarter. Let's get you some point totals. First for the visitors, the Lincoln High Lynx. They were led by Jyreek Gilmore. 10 of his 11 points, a game-high 11 points, came in that first quarter. A nice job by Lincoln East of shutting him down from the field. He got to the free throw line twice, but has not been successful on the day. He is 1 for 5 from the free throw line, but in that second quarter alone, 1 for 4. And so a nice job there by Lincoln East defensively on number 32, Jyreek Gilmore. Elsewhere for the Lynx, their second leading scorer is Brady Nick. He has 4. He's 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Kingston Cruz hit that trifecta late in the second quarter to tally his only 3 points, And then Devereaux Sanders and Boyd Jock both have 2, while Ikenna Osuji went 1 for 2 from the free throw line back in the first quarter and has 1 point at the break. For the home team, the Lincoln East Spartans, who are trying to snap the 5-game skid and win their first game since January 17th, and before they play Fremont on the road tomorrow afternoon at 2:45 p.m. They're led by, how about this young fella, in the second quarter alone, 9 points from Evan Peterson. He hit a 3-pointer and 2 2-point buckets. He went 2 for 4 from the free throw line in that second stanza to tally his 9 points. Elsewhere for the Spartans, Nolan O'Neill has 6 points. Luke Larson, the Spartans' leading scorer, came in averaging 12 points per game. He finishes after 2 quarters with 7 points to his name. Hudson Grau hit 1 3-pointer, added 2 points from the free throw line. He has 5 at the break, and Jack Lowell rounds out the scoring for the Spartans with 1 point that came from the free throw line. That equals up 28 points rather that the Spartans have as they lead it 28-23 going into the third quarter. We have about 5 minutes or so before we start that third quarter. Your score at the break, the Lincoln East Spartans at home lead the Lincoln High Lynx 28-23 here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own.
Always in the driver's seat, huh?
Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot.
Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop.
Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Attention Nebraska sports fans, are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier dealership, stocking top brands such as Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycles, Sea-Doo, Manitou pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership and ring in the new year the right way on an Indian motorcycle. Save big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft to ring in the new year at their new 27th and I-80 location.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day, because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Lincoln East High School on a Friday. As after tonight, both these teams with just 4 games remaining until the district tournament. That district tournament for Class A boys takes place February 28th and wraps up on March 4th, which is a Tuesday, because on March 5th, the girls' state tournament begins. But then the boys state tournament down at Pinnacle Bank Arena / Devaney, but for Class A solely Pinnacle Bank Arena, March 12th through the 15th. If you're curious, those dates do coincide with the Big Ten basketball tournaments. The girls' Big Ten tournament takes place the same weekend as girls' state, and boys still takes place the same time as the boys' state tournament. All right, it'll be Lincoln East basketball to start the third quarter here as they move left to right now from my vantage point. I'm sitting up here on the north side of the gymnasium out here at Lincoln East High School as Voog has it right wing for the Spartans. Top of the key near the logo, here's Hudson Grau. Grau hands it off to Peterson. Peterson had 9 points in that second quarter as he passes it off to Voog. And finally, fifth time's a charm for Reed Voog as he's able to get his first points of the day. And they come on a 3-ball from the right wing. Back on the other side, it's Brady Nick floating away. Mid-range jumper, none able to fall, but a Jyreek Gilmore putback does fall as now he's got 13 on the day. Jyreek Gilmore with another 2. 31-25, your score. Lincoln East with the basketball. Passing it, trying to break some extended pressure is Voog. Voog now backs it out, three-pointer on the way. Can't get it to fall as the rebound tipped around and corralled by Devereaux Sanders. Sanders pushing the pace up the left side. Almost got it knocked away from behind off the glass. Too strong. And it is rebounded by Hudson Grau of Lincoln East. Back the other way we fall. Luke Larson, nice bounce pass. Unable to be handled by Peterson. He gets it back to Grau. Free throw line jumper. As now 33-25 after the Hudson Grau deuce. 33-25 your score in the third quarter. 6:40 to play in quarter number 3. Salzman top of the key. Sanders. He takes one step inside. Now backs it out. Back inside the perimeter. He falls. Top of the key near the logo. It's Mick. Mick passes right side Salzman, who drives baseline. Bounce passes out cross side to Sanders. Three-pointer on the way. And no good. And the defensive rebound to Peterson. Peterson being tracked down from behind. Loses the handle. Dribbles it off his knee. A lot of physical play as the Lynx get it back. Working, stepping is Gilmore. Can't get the 2 to fall as he worked past Grau, who was trying to draw a charge. Up the floor, Voog, trifecta opportunity. And Reed Voog is able to make it a 36-25 ball game, the largest lead of the game for either side. And this time it's in favor of the Spartans. 36-25 is your score. Richie Ross calls an early timeout just less than 2 minutes in to the third quarter. Reed Voog, has connected on 2 of his three-pointer attempts here in quarter number 3. We want to tell you about our friends at Play It Again Sports. We buy or sell used quality used. You know what? Let's try that over. Play It Again Sports. They buy and sell quality used and new sports and fitness gear all day, every day in Lincoln at 48th and Vine. Play It Again Sports. One of the places I go to actually, in fact, get my golf clubs re-gripped. Ready to get back out there and get my golf clubs re-gripped from Play It Again Sports over there, 48th and Vine. Do a great job. Your score, 36-25, quarter number 3. 6:03 to play in the period. Salzman inbound for Lincoln High. He bounces it in to Kingston Cruz. Cruz will bring it across the timeline. Jyreek Gilmore subbed out for Lincoln High with 5:56 to play in the third quarter. Here is Nick driving baseline, bounces it through into the near corner. Now it's taken away from Devereaux Sanders by Peterson. Pass up the floor. It's intercepted for the moment by Cruz. Now he comes up with it, bumped by Peterson as he tried to deliver an outlet pass up the floor to Brady Nick, and he gets bumped and fouled by Peterson. That is his second personal foul of the day, the first in the quarter by either side. And so Evan Peterson will take a seat while number 22, Jack Lowell, subs in. Jack Lowell, a starter for Jeff Campbell's Spartan squad, but in this third quarter to start the second half, Coach Campbell elected to go with Evan Peterson, and why not after he scored 9 points in that second quarter alone. Pass left side here, Salzman. Salzman driving, finds a groove, and is able to connect on the reverse layup. Carson Salzman makes it back to a single-digit ball game, 36-27. Spartans with a 9-point lead with the basketball after the Lincoln High Salzman layup. 5:18 to play, third quarter. Lincoln East with the basketball. Jack Lowe with it, takes one dribble near the logo, now picks it up, passes it left side to Larson. Larson, after that first half of play, had 7 points, and we have a foul and an offensive foul called on Jack Lowell. It is an East offensive foul on Jack Lowell. Lowell thought that Devereaux Sanders got called for the foul, so he was clapping, but they're going to say that he was not completely set on the screen attempt, and so it goes the other way as Kingston Cruz has it, passes it outside to Salzman. A little bit of discombobulation here in the gymnasium on who was supposed to be cheering for that foul call. I think a lot of Spartans fans thought that whistle was on the Lynx. Here on the pass attempt, a defensive foul on the Spartans. On the pass attempt as Reed Vogue gets whistled for his third personal foul, the third team foul of the day, of the quarter rather, on the Spartans. Kingston Cruz, the inbound. He has it top of the key, hesitates, almost got it knocked away from behind, but now Devereaux Sanders finds Nick at the elbow, fadeaway jumper, and is able to connect Brady Nick with a bucket as he gets his first two of the second half. 36-29, and a little bit of a makeup call on the defensive end as Carson Salzman gets whistled for a blocking foul. That is the first team foul on the Lincoln High Lynx, and the first on Salzman, and now another offensive foul on Lincoln East as that foul goes on Reed Vogue, and that's his fourth. Vogue has to check out, and number 32, Jackson Bowie, subs in. 36-29, Lincoln High trying to cut into the 7-point deficit that they're faced with here with 4.5 to go in the third quarter. Long three-point attempt, Sanders, but the rebound caroms out to Salzman at the top of the key. A long shot generated a long rebound. The put back by Salzman, can't get it to fall, and defensive glass is cleared by Nolan O'Neill. O'Neill brings it across the half-court line. The pass up the left side. Grau into the far corner. Back to Grau. Cross court to Larson. Luke Larson with it. He has 7 points on the day. Lowell, top of the key, passes it left side to Bowie. Bowie into the corner to Grau. Grau driving baseline. Gets cut off. Cross court bounce pass to Nolan O'Neill. Stops at the elbow. Funnels it through up the other side. Lowell is out of control. Cross court right wing. Three ball on the way. And it rattles around and out. Put back is good by Jack Lowell. A missed three-pointer and a putback by Jack Lowell. Here's Kingston Cruz. Salzman with it, top of the key. Left side, it's Devereaux Sanders. Boyd Jock with it. He gets it knocked out of bounds. Into the Spartans it goes as Jyreek Gilmore and Evan Peterson sub in. It's 36-29 here in the third quarter. Lincoln East, or rather 38-29, excuse me, 38-29. 9-point Lincoln East advantage as they have the basketball. Luke Larson pushing the pace, funnels it through out far side into the left wing. Hudson Ground shot fake. He hesitates, spin around, three-pointer on the way, short, and the defensive glass is cleared by Brady Nick. Nick will bring it up the floor, cross court, up the left side. Now into the corner, Devereaux Sanders driving baseline looking for help, throws it into no man's land, and it's taken away by Luke Larson of Lincoln East. Larson driving on two defenders, hands it off, wide open layup, falls from the left side of the doorstep by Hudson Grau off the feed from Luke Larson. In the lane, it's Cruz as he draws contact and is fouled. So Cruz will go to the free throw line. That foul goes on Evan Peterson, his third. 2.5 to go, third quarter. 40-29 is your score. Lincoln East up by 11. They led by 5 at the break, 28-23. First free throw on the way, and it rattles around and out. No good for Kingston Cruz. The second free throw on the way, no good for Kingston Cruz as well. So he goes 0 for 2 at the free throw line. 40-29 your score. Top of the key. Here's Lowell. Lowell with it. On the right wing, it's Luke Larson. Larson and a whistle and a foul away from the ball. I think this one's going to go on Kingston Cruz as he was trying to defend Jack Lowell. That's going to be Cruz's second. Richie Ross, the former Lincoln High Link himself, pleading his defender's case. As the Spartans inbounded after the foul. Evan Peterson with it on the left wing. 2:08 to play in the third quarter. Cross-court pass to Lowell. Overhead pass into the near corner. Here's Bowie. Bowie to Lowell. Fakes left, goes right now, working on Nick. Passes cross-court to the left wing to Larson. Larson looking for help. Now drives center of the lane. On the defender, Salzman tries the up and under move. Unable to get it to fall, but gets the offensive rebound by himself. Luke Larson to Lowell. Steps in, now takes away from a three-pointer opportunity. And we have a traveling violation called on Jack Lowell. Jeff Campbell onto the floor asking for an explanation. And with 1:44 to go in the third quarter, it's 40-29. Lincoln High down by 11, but they are on offense. Up the left side, it's Devereaux Sanders. Sanders now working to Nick. Nick in the far corner. Left wing Sanders into the corner now near side. No look pass. It went nowhere. Straight into the boundary off the feed from Kingston Cruz. Ikena Osuji is going to sub in for Gilmore. Gilmore asking why he's getting taken out because he's saying that's not my fault on that errant pass. But yet they still took him out as he takes a seat. I think he was expecting to have Kingston Cruz, who tried to get it down low to him, to be taken out of that game. But instead, Jairi Gilmore gets pulled. On the near side, it's Hudson Grau. Grau with it, looking for help. The Lynx have switched it to a zone defensively. The three-pointer on the way by Nolan O'Neill. It falls, and that's his first three-pointer of the day. And the Spartans trying to get some breathing room. They lead at 43-29. Lincoln High looking for help. Here is Kingston Cruz with 53 on the game clock remaining in the third quarter. Brady Nick here with it. Pulls in, looking. Salzman, long three, well short. The rebound caroms into the hands of Salzman. Straight back from where he was. Now far corner to Sanders, to Osuji. Osuji to Salzman, to Nick. Pass fake left. Thought about pulling up from three. Decided not to. Now gives to Salzman. Cross-court pass, Kingston Cruz, wide open look at three, missed it badly, and it goes out of bounds off of the shot attempt by Kingston Cruz. So 43-29 your score. We have a timeout on the floor. It's charged to Lincoln High. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside as well and take a 30-second breather here on 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Lincoln East High School. Jackson Klein Schmidt back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Hopefully Jay Foreman can join me once again next week for high school action. Is a little under the weather, just recovering there, and understandably so. I don't want him out here. I don't want him next to me. So I appreciate Jay for staying home, getting healthy before next week and before we really ramp up our coverage for districts and the state tournament. Just a reminder, I was going through finalizing everything yesterday, and we will have 48 total games on 93.7 The Ticket ahead for our state tournament alone. All 24 girls games from Pinnacle Bank Arena, all 24 from the boys tournament as well. So 48 over the course of 2 weekends here on 93.7 The Ticket. Lincoln High forces the turnover as they extended some defensive pressure on the other end. They get the layup to fall, as Devereaux Sanders gets 2 more points. And Lincoln East, with 7 on the game clock, drives it up across the timeline. Grau with it into the far side. And the traffic, Larson, he gets his 2 to fall. And that is how we end the third quarter. Your score after 3 quarters of play, the Lincoln East Spartans 45 and the visitors, the Lincoln High Lynx, 31. We'll step aside, come back in 60 seconds for the final 8 minutes of game time here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own.
Always in the driver's seat, huh?
Yep. They set you up with the loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot.
Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop.
Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is the start of the fourth quarter here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainer with you. It's 45-31. Lincoln East with a 14-point lead, their largest of the day here as we start the fourth stanza. Kingston Cruz has it for Lincoln High. Ikenna Osuji. Osuji passes to Sanders. Now back to Osuji. Cross-court pass with the right arm to Kingston Cruz, top of the key. Now left side back to Osuji. Osuji drives through defenders, gets bumped and fouled, and it'll be a shooting foul on the Lincoln East Spartans as Osuji will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul goes on number 22, Jack Lowell. That's his third. How about this? We said in the pregame, Lincoln High not necessarily known for their balanced scoring. That reigns true right now. Jerick Gilmore still leads the way with 11. While for the Spartans, we said, yeah, you know what? They are pretty balanced across the board. How about this? 4 different players with a team high 9 points. Those 4 players, Evan Peterson, Nolan O'Neill, Luke Larson, and Hudson Grau. So Ikenna Osuji connects on both free throws. He now is up to 3 points on the day. 45-33 your score. Lincoln East basketball just underway in the fourth quarter. They inbound it to Larson. 45-33 with 7.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Lincoln East en route, trying to snap a 5-game skid. On the far side is Luke Larson, guarded by, that is Paul Jock, who we've seen for the first time tonight for Lincoln High, and Richie Ross. On for the Spartans, Tyler Mick back into the game. He was playing late second quarter, and now he turns it over into the hands of Devereaux Sanders in transition off the glass from the left side, finishing with the right hand. Devereaux Sanders with another bucket. 45-35, Lincoln High trying to turn up the intensity and create problems for Lincoln East. And we have a Jeff Campbell timeout. He wants a full timeout. 6:58 to play in the fourth quarter. We'll go ahead and keep it right here since we just took a couple of breaks. I want to tell you about our friends Sunbelt Rentals. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators, and more, Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. SunbeltRentals.com. If you haven't been paying attention, and this is away from the high school scene, obviously, but if you haven't been paying attention to what Nebraska softball is able to do, how about this? After upsetting number 6 Tennessee last night, and upsetting might be a looser relative term because your Huskers are ranked in the top 20 themselves, but the Huskers out in Clearwater Beach, Florida, they are now 3-0 on the season to start. They were able to run rule Southern Miss earlier today, 12-2 on a essentially in the before the seventh inning, a walk-off grand slam to make it a 12-2 ball game. And then in the nightcap, they faced off against Bethune-Cookman. They took Rhonda Revelle, allowed Jordy Ball to have the nightcap off, And their final score in that one to start 3-0, the Huskers in 5 innings, 8-run ruled the Bethune-Cookman softball squad 9-1. So the Huskers ahead of a top 20 matchup against Texas Tech tomorrow afternoon. They are 3-0. For the Spartans, they turn it over on a pass that's deflected out of bounds, last touch by the Spartans. And so going back the other way, it'll be the Lincoln High Lynx. Learn how to help empower a student today by the power of mentoring with Teammates. Apply today at teammates.org. 45-35 your score, fourth quarter, 6:48 to play in the ball game. Mick Sander with you, Jackson Kleinschmidt back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Inside, here's Brady Nick for Lincoln High, and we have a jump ball whistle, and it's going to go to the Spartans. So a good job defensively there by the Spartans. If you would have come out to the gym in the first quarter and then left after just 8 minutes, you would have said, man, Lincoln High is going to run away with this one. They led 8-0 on 4 consecutive Gilmore buckets, but Lincoln East was able to make an adjustment as Peterson in the lane. Layup falls. Evan Peterson, he gets 2 more. He now has a game-high 11 points. Into the corner, it's Brady Nick. Nick holding the basketball above his head, takes one dribble to his right, looking for help, finds Salzman back in that very same corner he just came from. Cross-court pass to Devereaux Sanders. Top of the key, it's Cruz. Cruz looking, floater in the lane, off front rim, short, and it's corralled by Nolan O'Neill. So here comes Lincoln East. Across the timeline, Tyler Mick finds Larson. Larson to Grau. Grau dribbles in, floater, jumper rather, from 16 feet is good. It's 49-35, back to a 14-point Lincoln East advantage. Up the right side, here's Kingston Cruz to Sanders, to Mick. Now to Osuji in the near corner. Top of the key, it's Sanders. Overhead pass, Salzman. Salzman looking, dribbles to his left once, now finds Sanders back on the top of the key, who dribbles inside the perimeter now back outside to Salzman. Another long three. You're fine with that. If he makes that three-pointer, you can live with that if you're Jeff Campbell. He has not been able to make one today. Has Carson Salzman. He has 0 points today. And that foul on the rebound attempt goes on Ikena Osuji. That's his third. It is 49-35. Lincoln East up by 14 with the basketball. 5:17 to play in the fourth quarter. Across the timeline, it's Grau. Now to Tyler Mick. The Spartans working on stopping a 5-game losing streak. Their last win came on January 17th against Blue Valley, a team from Stillwell, Kansas. And Grau is able to make a tough shot inside the paint and make it a 16-point lead for Lincoln East. Lincoln High needs something on offense and needs it quick. Jumper, Nick, got it. Brady Nick able to get another 2 points on the board. He's now up to 8 on the day. It's a 51-37 ball game. Lincoln High wants to talk things over. While they do, ring in the first couple of months of 2025 the right way at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. Save big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, motorcycles, and so much more at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80. I mentioned Huskers softball around the conference. How about this? Michigan, a ranked softball team, they lost earlier today to Delaware. Delaware beat Michigan 8-2. And to put the icing on the cake, how about that being Delaware's first ranked win in program history? Pretty incredible there. Not great for the Big Ten Conference, but the Huskers, like I mentioned, more importantly, 3-0 to start the campaign. Husker baseball opens up their season next week. To stick with the stickball sports, Husker baseball opens up their season next week on Friday, February 14th, down in Scottsdale, Arizona. You can watch on MLB.com, and when they play Vanderbilt on Saturday, you can watch on MLB Network. But as I mentioned, they will face off the Husker baseball squad, ranked 24th to start the season. They will play UC Irvine first on Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. And then Vanderbilt on Saturday evening at 7 p.m. And so a couple of interesting games there, but Husker baseball doesn't start until a week from today. And Husker softball off to a 3-0 start ahead of a Texas Tech matchup tomorrow afternoon. As an offensive foul whistled on Tyler Mick out of the timeout for Lincoln East. That'll go the other way, as they're going to say he extended his left arm trying to create space, dribbling the ball up the floor, and Lincoln High gets the basketball. They trail it, Lincoln High does, 51-37 with 4:35 to play in the fourth quarter. Kingston Cruz has it, standing on the Spartan logo at midcourt. He passes right side to Ikenna Osuji. Osuji with it, spin move on Mick, works through traffic, layup, falls with the bump and the foul. Tyler Mick asking for a foul to be called on the dribble drive, an offensive foul. Tyler Mick just got called for an offensive foul a moment ago for extending the arm. He's pleading that Ikenna Osuji on his dribble drive wrapped around the defender to allow separation, and instead, no whistle, and it was a defensive foul on Evan Peterson. That is Evan Peterson's fourth personal foul. 51-40. The Lynx aren't out of it yet, but they got to get another stop. Here's Luke Larson on the right side. Larson, cross court. Left side, it's Hudson Grau now with it. Gets a screen right from Peterson. Grau stops at the elbow. Hands it out to Tyler Mick, who's guarded by Cruz. Pass down low in the lane, off the glass. It falls for Nolan O'Neill. Tyler Mick on the feed. 53-40. Back to a 13-point advantage for Lincoln East. 53-40, your score over Lincoln High. The pass deflected, taken away by the defense. Hudson Grau gets now poked away from behind, and they're going to call a foul on Brady Nick. Richie Ross is beside himself on the Lincoln High sideline. Richie Ross still waiting for an explanation, and he's not going to get one. 53-40. That foul, by the way, like I said, went on Brady Nick. That's his second. Cross-court pass up the floor. It goes to Luke Larson. Larson working. Number 0, that's Paul Jock. Entry pass down low on the block to Lowell. He bounces it outside to Grau, who gets picked up by Osuji. Now pass out near the logo to Tyler Mick. 13 on the possession for the Spartans. Spin move into Kingston Cruz. A bump and a foul called on Kingston Cruz. That's his third. Referees starting to call it a little tighter here in the later stages of the ball game. 53-40 is your score. 3:19 to play in the fourth quarter. The Spartans trying to find the ability to put this one on ice. As the turnaround jumper by Nolan O'Neill is good. That's another 2 for Nolan O'Neill. He now has 13. Kingston Cruz with it. Left side, it's Devereaux Sanders. 3 minutes to play. Cruz on the near side, off the glass. Too strong, put too much oomph behind it. And Hudson Grau cleans the glass for the Spartans. Outlet pass, a 3-man weave. Now they'll back it out, do the Spartans, to give it to Tyler Mick on the logo. Bounces it left side to Luke Larson. 2:43 to play fourth quarter. Luke Larson fakes the handoff. Now dribbles it back out to the perimeter after driving into the lane for a moment. Tyler Mick, top of the key, center of the lane, dumps down low. Layup good by Hudson Grau. It sat on the rim for a moment. Didn't know if it was going to fall onto the nylon, and it did, as the Spartans extend it to now a 17-point lead. Brady Nick in the corner, wide open 3. He connects. Brady Nick on his first three-pointer of the day. It's now a 57-43 ball game. Lincoln East with the lead in the basketball as Tyler Mick brings it across half court. We are about to surpass 2 minutes, and Jeff Campbell calls a timeout with 2:07 to go in the fourth quarter. Let's go ahead and take a timeout with them. 30 seconds. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Solutions, Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander back with you. Jackson Kleinschmidt back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. 2:07 to play. Fourth quarter, 57-43 your score. Lincoln East with the 14-point advantage. It's been as much as 17 at a time. Just a moment ago it was before a Lincoln High Brady Nick three-pointer from the near corner right in front of the Lincoln High Link bench. Drew it back to a 14-point margin. Tyler Mick to inbound. He throws it into the backcourt to Luke Larson, who will be uncontested, driving it up across the timeline. Larson dribbles, draws the double, now passes out of it to Hudson Grau. Grau, pass fake, dribbles or passes it between the legs of a defender, but it is no good on the layup attempt by his teammate. Up the floor we go. Brady Nick in traffic, takes the bump, the foul, no good on the shot, but Brady Nick is able to get his way to the line to shoot two shots. That foul goes on number 22. That is his fifth personal foul. So Jack Lowell's day's done. 4 points for the young man. 1:47 to play. One thing to watch is Evan Peterson just subbed in for him. He also has 4 personal fouls. Nick can't get the free throw to go. How about this? Brady Nick 0 for 4 from the charity stripe today. The second one on the way for Nick is good. Brady Nick, not a bad last name. 57-44 your score. As Hudson Grau brings it across the timeline in the lane, trying to take it. Bodies fly on the floor, and Lincoln High comes up with the miss. Here comes Paul Jock. Bounce pass. He thought his teammate was cutting to the rim, and he was not. It goes out of bounds. 57-44 is still your score. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Richie Ross has pulled his starters. All but Brady Nick. Hudson Grau gets the inbound for Lincoln East, and a foul is called on Lincoln High. Foul goes on number 13 for Lincoln High. That's his first. That is on Kamorion Taylor. Larson gets the inbound. He gets it back to Grau. 1:22 to play in the fourth quarter. Up the floor, Larson, outlet pass into the far corner. Nolan O'Neill, three-pointer. Missed almost everything. Barely grazed the rim. It was an offensive rebound. Here's Peterson. Peterson passes out of it, now into the backcourt, and it's going to be a turnover as Lincoln East commits the backcourt violation. 1 minute, 6 seconds to go. After this game, both sides will have just 4 games remaining. A personal foul is called on the Spartans. That is on Nolan O'Neill, his first. Lincoln High's in the bonus. It was kind of somewhat comical. Jeff Campbell, the head coach for the Spartans, before they inbounded it from the sideline, said very clearly, do not foul. And what do the Spartans do? They immediately get called for a reach-in. Brady Nick converts on his first free throw. Second one is coming. 1:02 to go, fourth quarter. Second one on the way. Rattles around and out. No good for Brady Nick at the free throw line. Up the floor, here come the Spartans. The Spartans with it. Cross-court pass to Tyler Mick. 52 seconds on the game clock. Lincoln High, for the time being, not fouling, down by 12. Tyler Mick, overhead pass to Grau. Grau gets met by Devereaux Sanders. The Lynx just bringing 2 guys to the basketball everywhere they go. Entry pass. Peterson gets stuffed as he tried to go up for a layup. Here goes the Lynx. on the other way in traffic, and a foul is called on a shot attempt by Kamorion Taylor. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2 shots. .2 on the game clock. That foul, by the way, went on Hudson Grau, his second. And Kamorion Taylor able to connect on his first free throw attempt. 57-46 your score. Lincoln High trying to make it back to a 10-point deficit. And they do on the 2 Kamorion Taylor free throws. So Lincoln East inbounds it. They get it into Grau. Grau passes it to Larson, who now gets bumped and fouled. Lincoln High starting to extend this game by fouling. That is the 5th team foul on the Lynx, so now Lincoln East will be in the bonus with 24.7 on the game clock. 3 fouls now go against Devereaux Sanders. 57-47. Luke Larson is at the line to shoot 2. Larson able to connect on the first. Luke Larson is 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Make it 7 for 8. He's done a lot of his damage from there. Only 2 made buckets, but 7 free throws. Brady Nick in traffic, unable to get the layup to fall. Defensive rebound as Lincoln High is trying to steal that basketball away, and now they foul. Kamorion Taylor fouls him. That's his second.
Luke Larson is back at the line. 2 shots.
Luke Larson back at the line to shoot 2. Why not add to it? He's unable to hit the first. So as soon as I jinx him and mention how good he's been doing from the charity stripe, he misses it. Jeff Campbell takes his starters out. Puts the reserves in. And Luke Larson able to connect on the second one as he now checks out. 60-47 your score. Lincoln East out in front by 13. Kamorion Taylor gets the inbound pass. He'll bring it across the timeline. Kamorion Taylor kicks it out. Paul Jock with it now in the lane. Jock off the glass, too strong. Defensive rebound for the Spartans. Goes into the hands of Ty Dresden, and that will do it. Lincoln East, they are victorious over the Lincoln High Lynx for the first time since January 17th. The Spartans have won a basketball game. They snap a 5-game losing streak with a 60-47 win here at Lincoln East High School. We'll step aside for 60 seconds, come back with final thoughts in this one here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Attention Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Lincoln East High School, wrapping things up after a 60-47 Lincoln East Spartans victory over the Lincoln High Lynx. Appreciate Jackson Kleinschmidt pushing all the buttons back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, making sure we stay connected out there. Let's get you some final stat lines. The Lincoln High Lynx, they fall to 9-9 on the campaign. They will play 15-3 overall Papillion La Vista South on Tuesday evening. And for the Spartans, for the first time since January 17th, they win a game. They get off the schneid. They snap a 5-game skid. They came into this one losers 7 of their last 8 matchups. But a nice job by Jeff Campbell's squad as they are able to improve to 6-13 on the season. Let's go through some final stat lines for the victors, the Lincoln East Spartans. They were led offensively by number 20, Hudson Grau. Grau had 15 points on the day. Second leading scorer for the Spartans, number 5, Nolan O'Neill, who added a couple of big layups later in the game. Luke Larson, who came in as the leading scorer for the Spartans with 11.5, right on average with 12 points in today's ball game. And then how about this young man off the bench? Evan Peterson had 9 points in the second quarter alone. He finishes with 11 total points on the day. He struggled with a little bit of foul trouble later in the second half that was forcing him to stay on the bench for Jeff Campbell's squad. And then some role players. Jack Lowell finishes with 3 points. Reed Vogue, had 2 made 3-pointers in the third quarter that he finishes now with 6 points to his name. Want to thank all of our sponsors once again for making high school broadcasts possible. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Members Owned Credit Union, Sunbelt Rentals, Jimmy John's, the Nebraska DOT Highway Safety Office, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Teammates Mentoring, Play It Again Sports, and Lincoln Family Chiropractic. By the way, every free throw tonight was brought to you by our friends at Lincoln Family Chiropractic. Get back to optimal health today with the help of Lincoln Family Chiropractic, located at 70th and A in Lincoln. Your final score, one final time. The Lincoln East Spartans 60, the Lincoln High Lynx 47. The Spartans improved to 6-13 on the year. They will face Fremont tomorrow afternoon at 2:45 p.m. For Jackson Kleinschmidt back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, Nick Sainer saying so long from Lincoln East High School following a Spartans 60-47 victory.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Owned Credit Union.